Hey, what's up? It's the Godzilla. I'm just sitting here. Just got home from work, chilling. Got my hat. Looking like I'm a douchebag, but I'm really not. Can't really lay down in my bed with it backwards, so yeah, it makes sense. Anyway, I'd like to do my UFC versus six picks a few hours before the fight because I'm really busy with school. Um, Obviously just gonna do the main card, starting with Wyman versus Danzig, mostly because that's the main card is the only part I usually like to watch or can watch. But anyway, this is a really good match. It's a toss up if you ask me because they're very evenly matched. Um, but I do see Danzig coming out with the win. I personally like him as a fighter. He just goes in there, does work, and gets the win sometimes. But he hasn't fought since 124. So he's bound to have some ring rust. If he does, then by all means, Wyman's probably gonna go in there and whoop him because he's probably really pissed after dropping that loss to whatchamacallit, Seaver. Even though I personally thought I wanted Seaver to win, but I personally thought that Wyman had won that fight. Um, and then we got Anthony Johnson versus Charlie Brenneman. I'm personally gonna go with Charlie because I'm a fan of his. I think he actually um, I rolled with him once at AMA, and I think he got me in a anaconda or a guillotine. I can't remember which, but knowing him, knowing his seeing his work ethic, and especially with that last fight against Rick Story, where he wasn't. This is a message to all the haters, the trolls. It would have been a GSP-ish fight if he hadn't, you know, tried anything on top. He stayed busy the entire time he was on top of Story. All Story was doing was just holding on, waiting for a stand up. But when you're hitting someone, like when you're on top of him and you're hitting him, staying busy, you're not gonna get stood up. Um, that's all I'm gonna say. So that's for the haters. See, I got Charlie's back, and I'm someone who doesn't. Whereas, who knows what I'm talking about. Whereas when Johnson fought Hardy, he pretty much laid on top of him for about 30 seconds and hit him. That's closer to what Johnson did. Um, Johnson, he's a handful for anyone though, so hopefully um, Charlie can grind out a decision. I mean, he's a really good wrestler. They both are actually, but the Charlie's level, he went to Lockhaven University. That's a much better school than Johnson did. I don't even remember where Johnson went to school. It was a junior college, I think. But I'm hoping Charlie gets the win, and I'm picking him. And then we got Pat Barry versus Stefan Struve. Yep, because I like to say the name in a really funny way. And I'm going to go with Pat. I'm a big fan of his, obviously. If you see my YouTube channel, I've got a playlist dedicated to him because I'm a loser like that. And I personally think as a striker he's superior to Struve, but as a grappler, not so much. Struve's got those real long limbs. In terms of striking, Pat Barry knows how to avoid that because everyone who he trains with has a much longer reach advantage than him. Obviously. And the foot height difference is going to play a bit into the fight, but I still think Pat can win by TKO, KO. Not so much submission, even though if he did, I would probably lose my mind, and that would be like the best night of my life. But yeah, Pat's. I personally think Pat is a much more talented fighter. That's actually a little mean to Struve. They're actually both very talented, but I just see Pat being, just a better fighter tonight, if that makes any sense. Then we got Mr. Dominic Cruz and Demetrius Johnson facing off for the bantamweight title. I'm not a big Cruz fan, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of his attitude. From what I can tell, he's a very smug. Very disrespectful to Faber in that fight. Even though I'm not like a Faber nut hugger, I just call it how I see it. And I like Demetrius Johnson's fight style. He's really fast. He's really strong. He's got Hume in his corner too, which is always good to have. And he's beat a lot of legit opponents in his past few fights. Kid Yamamoto, Miguel Torres, and I forgot who he beat right before those two guys. But regardless, I'm picking him to win just because I'm going for the upset. I like the underdog. And what else? I think that's about it. That's all I can say. Oh no. The reason another reason I don't like Cruz, like I said, I'm not going out to hate him. But if you look at his fight style, he dances in and dances out, dances in and dances out, like literally dances. I haven't seen him once go for an actual finish. Like, let's say he knocks someone down, he doesn't get TKOs. I mean, I'm not asking for a clean knockout, but come on. Sure no one finishes Scott Jorgensen. Sure no one finishes Faber, but I mean no one. Maybe they do go to finish Faber, but you don't. That's all I gotta say. But fight to finish, and I think a lot of people respect you more. It might be a bad thing to say if anyone who wants to marry Dominic Cruz sees this video, but it is what it is. I mean, I might be wrong, I might be right. That's why it's called a prediction. It's not called I'm right and you're wrong. It's my opinion. But anyway, I will see you guys next week with my picks for 136. And that's about it. Peace out, Cub Scouts.